Brent. Black says you not watching the Super Bowl, it's on RN.
No, I don't. I don't have anything to stream it on.
Brent. Black says to be free fam.
Damn, there's nobody on right now.
Kelly Numba says going to be hard going against the big game homie.
Oh man, hold on. I wonder if I can stream it and watch it. If I had a camera, I could do that. And just hang out and watch it. But oh man. Somebody want to stream it on Discord? And I'll join. And I'll order wings. We make a fucking night of it, dude.
Boomerowski says yo.
What up, Boomer? See if I can't. Blue boat. the season over? It might be over. I don't know. It might be over or it ends tonight at 12 o'clock. One of the two.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough
Boomerowski says I am not a sports fan.
You have not enough minerals.
You're not?
You have not enough minerals. You must construct additional pylons. You have not enough minerals. My life for hire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. What now calls? She house. I long for combat. She house. Gaokola. Plus I serve. For Adun. My life for hire. I long for combat. Gaokola. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. Honor guide me. Gaokola. Honor guide me. For Adun. Gaokola. Plus I serve. Plus I serve. It's all true. I long for combat. My life for hire. For Adun. The warriors have engaged the enemy. What now calls? You have not enough minerals. It's all true. Honor guide me. I long for combat. It's all true. What now calls? For Adun. Gaokola. additional pylons. You must construct additional pylons. You must construct additional pylons. Yes. Honor guide me. Thus I serve. Honor guide me. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Why would it build there?
Receiving. Upgrade complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Instructions. You require more Vespine gas. I long for combat. You've not enough minerals. You've not enough minerals. You require more Vespine gas. I have returned. Galassos. Isaratu. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Make use of me. Initiating. Nagatsul. I am needed. Confirmed. I have returned. You require more Vespine gas. Confirmed. I am needed. Nagatsu for vengeance. Return. My life for hire. My life for hire. Against the enemy. Transmit. You must construct additional pylons. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete. My life for hire. My life for hire. Upgrade complete. You must construct additional pylons. You must construct additional pylons. My life for additional pylons. I am needed like a tool. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for eyes. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Yes, I serve. All for the Empire!
Thank you for the
Your
heartbeat.
warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. I have returned. Upgrade complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
That was so slow.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. My life for ire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete. You require more Vespine gas. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for ire. We are under attack. I have returned. My life for ire. My life for ire. I am needed. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Yes, I serve. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete. My life for ire. My life for ire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Yes, under attack. It's all true. Yes, I serve. Your warriors have engaged my life for ire. the enemy. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. My life for hire. My life for engage the enemy. Thus I searched. What now? Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Engage the enemy. Claws. My life for hire. My life for hire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. It shall be done. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. I have returned. House. Thus I serve. For a boon. Thus I serve. Honor guide me. Kalkola. Transmit initiated. Your thoughts. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Research complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Initiated. Awaiting instructions. Awaiting instructions. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh
complete.
shit!
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I forgot the Templar.
I heed thy call. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Mission complete. Sacrifice for vengeance. My hands. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Receiving. Confirmed. Receiving. Commencing. Upgrade complete. Zapkaladas. Commencing. Initiated. Nagazul. Mitoga. Lopari. Initiated. Commencing. For vengeance. Input command. Mitoga. Make use of me. I am needed. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. 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 Galassos. Transmitting. Confirmed. Commencing. Galassos. Make use of me. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. We are under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. I long for combat. We feel your presence. Complete. I have returned.
Ouch.
Instructions. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
It's a big mass coming out.
We are under attack.
Dang it. I was gonna set up Reavers in the middle.
We are under attack. We are under attack. Complete. My life for honor. We are under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for hire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Yes, I serve. I have returned. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for hire. My life for hire. We are under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. All for the Empire! All for the Empire!
All for the Empire. Taking me free.
My life for hire! My life for hire! Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for hire. My life for hire have engaged the enemy. Transmitting. attack. We are under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. We are under attack. Confirmed. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Not enough energy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Galadul. Gauram. We are under attack. We are vigilant.
Really? Gotta run all the way around.
I have returned. Gauram. In God's name. We feel your presence. Gauram. In God's name. Jetpakazol. Gauram. Warriors have engaged the enemy. Jetpakazol. Warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. In God's name, I have returned. Jetpakazol. I have returned. I have returned. I have returned. Initiate.
Try something.
We are under attack. Jetpakazol. In God's name. I have returned. I have returned. In God's name. Gauram. I have returned. I have returned. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Confirmed. In God's name. It shall be done. Jetpakazol. In God's name. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Gauram. I heed thy call. Field stabilized. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. I have returned. Gauram. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. We feel your presence.
Boomerowski says nice gameplay written.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for ire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Yes. Gauram. Impossible. I am needed. My life for ire. My life for ire. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for ire.
Good game. My life for ire. If you follow, it reads your comments. Follow, it reads your comments.
All for the Empire.
Thank you for the heart meat.
All for the Empire.
Boomerowski says who was that against?
This guy.
Alex Mooger says rematch?
Yep. Rematch.
Require more minerals. 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 Spawn more overlords. All for the Empire.
I built that in the wrong freaking spot. I can't believe that.
Require more minerals.
Damn, that was close.
Cluster is under attack.
consume.
Our forces are under attack. Spawn more overlords. Our forces are under attack. Spawn more overlords.
Uh-oh. Come on, I need these drones, like, right now. Oh, and you had to block what I put down, dude. Oh, man. That's embarrassing.
Require more minerals. Forces are under attack. You require more minerals. You require more minerals.
Bless me.
You require more minerals. You require more minerals. You require more minerals. You require more minerals. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Oh, one shot, bro.
Spawn more overlords. Spawn more overlords.
Boomerowski says I noticed Zerg chokes with upgrade thing. Is that cause it takes a lot of damage?
It's just a small barrier between the Sunkens and the... And also it makes them have to control their units.
Our forces are under attack. Evolution complete. forces are under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. Spawn more overlords. Our forces are under attack. 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 Our forces are under attack.
Good game. I knew I could break him because of all the damage that I did early game with his probes. I knew my mass just pushing out like it was a slaughter, but he wasn't going to have enough to hold it. There's no way. If you follow...
Ingenieri Einst says good game. I am Slash.
What's up, Slash? If you follow, it reads your comments. I want to see Jose play the end tournament, but I don't think he wants to be in the ones, the 1v1s. It would be a really good in tournament. I'd love to watch that. Like Evil, Jose, Gom, White and Black, Dingo. Like some really good
Ingenieri
players.
Einst says why you don't play so much 1v1?
I've been playing with more my streamers or my viewers. I haven't really been playing the season. I only came back to SCW to play.
Ingenieur Einst says, oh, nice.
Yeah, I only came back to play White and Black and GOM. And I was going to play Jose because I know I can't beat them, but I'd like to see a tournament of them all playing each other. So I'm kind of like sacrificing my points and trying to win a game here or there. I don't think Jose's on right now. Like, he's on, but he's not actually on. I might cast a game if they get a twos game going. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll cast. If Zeta can find a twos game. Oh. All right. So, recap of last game. Basically, he found me really quick.
Boomerowski says, no Super Bowl, Riddick.
No, I'm not watching it. But basically, he found me really quick. And his reaction was to build a forge, gateway forge. The gateway was quick, and it was a quick zealot. But it's like he didn't put down a pylon. we'll go. No, I don't want to look at it because I don't want to. I don't want to miss the 2 vs 2. But I think he put down that pylon late. So the cannons at my choke were late. That's why I was not concerned. I only pulled one drone to defend. Okay, 1Z, 1Z. Oh no. No, don't do this. Okay. I hate when it But yeah, I only pulled one drone because I went pull first before Overlord. So already I had 8 lings that were going to pop out, and I saw only one gateway and a forge. So I expected one zealot with cannons, and the pylon being late, I just knew everything was going to work out. Right? All right. So it looks like it's going to be Zeta and SX versus Feiner and Wilcha, which is PGF Wilder, and Feiner is Gangster DUP. SX has a really solid 2 vs 2, and so does Zeta. Zeta is really good. So it should be a good game. Feiner goes unorthodox in his strategies. He tries to catch people off guard with things. So we might see some random play with that, and then Wilder is just has a really solid Protoss. In the aspect of dropping, Wilcha has really good drops. So it should be starting here soon. Thank you for the 3,000 likes, guys. Appreciate the love. It should be starting here shortly. Starting here shortly. Hello over to Twitch. We have 5 people over there watching. We got 10 people on TikTok. Tick tock, tick tock. All for the Empire. Two minutes, feed dog. So 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. This should definitely be a good game. Who's all in here right now? Let's see. Frank Fast Forward, Billy, T-Bomb, FC, Kelly, Alex, Be Free. I can't believe I still have 12 subscribers on TikTok. How it's shut everything down. Ow. So right now, SX is number 5 in 2 vs 2, and Zeta is number 2. Let's see how much.
Kelly Numba says I'm number 1.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not, Kelly. Kelly, did you like earlier's content? Cause I wasn't really feeling it. Like I need a controller.
Kelly Numba says I can win with Zhu Medic.
I think I need a controller before going any further. So Zeta is actually.
Kelly Numba says it was funny AF from my POV.
I bet Zeta's about 100 points away from number 1. And SX is so 100 points. Let's see. You got DUP. DUP's number 11. So they're going to get probably 50 or 60 points from this game if they win it. And then Wilcha, let's see where Wilder's B plus. So actually more
Kelly
like 60
Numba
points.
says I thought Hearted was number 1.
We're talking about 2 vs 2. Yes, Hearted right now is number 1. I basically put Hearted in the number 1 spot with all the losses that I got from him. So right now for ones, it's Hearted with Evil coming in second. Then you have somebody that's spamming games versus a D rank in number 3rd. And then I'm not even going to read his name. Then number 4 is Dom Dingo. And then number 5 is another person that's just spamming games versus D rank players. People are abusing the system to make themselves look good, unfortunately.
Kelly Numba says I know 5, but who is 3?
Three is just some random. He's like, I played him and I went 3-1 against him. And if you look at his games, he's focusing on playing only like one certain person that, he knows he can beat. And that's why he's in the position he's in. Like the difference between 3 and 5 is 3 has played some okay players, but it's kind of like when Eric plays. Eric will play okay players.
Kelly Numba says 5 is terrible. I watched some replays lol.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's constantly challenging me, which is I don't get it. Like, it's a waste of my time. Yeah, I think I went 3-1 with the guy. Let me check. Oh, and number 3 beat number 5 3 times in a row. They 3-0. Yeah, I went 3-1 on him, and I think the game I lost was to some BS rush. Like, it was extremely, extremely lucky. Other than that, I could probably beat him like over and over and over. And don't get me wrong, there's some players that he has played that are decent and he's beat them. But other players that he's playing like okay players. And then he's playing people that he knows he can beat. And that's like 90% of his games. And that's why there's a lot of good players that they have no respect for that. Like, I did it one season. Like, if you check all my seasons, I'm always going up against like Hydra or somebody good. But last season I was getting paid to play, and the guy asked me to play the the lowest guy in the league or whatever. He asked me to do it so I had a nice record for his clan. So I did it, but it made some people upset. People don't like it. All right. Here we go, boys. Here we go. I lost a lot of people during that. All right. So let me change the... I'll get the spots first. I'll get the spots. So down here in the bottom left is the blue Protoss Zeta. His partner is Zerg, the yellow SX. Then above him is Wilder Wilcha, the good dropper, as the white Protoss. And Feiner is Terran. Feiner is Terran. So it looks like...
Fleur RB says, I just want to see you climb rocks.
No, we ain't climbing rocks. So it looks like the Terran player is going depot first into a barracks. My favorite play. This Protoss player went a 7 pylon gateway. So it's an early gateway, quick zealot. And it looks like we've got a 7 pool, maybe a 5 pool out of the Zerg here. I didn't catch it because I was looking at the Terran. So Pylon Forge, we've got a cannon rush going on. So they plan on rushing. He automatically cancels his gateway and he adds a pylon back here. A good defense against lings is just getting a couple cannons down before the lings get there. So this is a very common strategy in pro gaming, going quick 5 pool and then cannon rushing. And the lings come in and they'll pick off the cannons, they'll pick off the probes and defend the cannons coming up, and they make sure the cannon rush gets off. This cannon is the only thing that's really going to do damage here. So we'll see if he's able to get it off. These two are coming up right now. It looks like he's going to hold it. Other than this up here, he needs to be able to take that out. I don't know if that ranges it. It looks like he's going to be able to take that out too. Stack attacking it right now. If those lings get over there and help out, oh no. Dude, that cannon, I believe that cannon's, yeah, that cannon's in range. He lost his main. So just because of those 2 cannons in the back and that little bit of lings that came to help, that just took this guy out of the game. So now it becomes a 2 versus 1 situation. The Terran is ahead because he's got tech and he's been untouched this whole time. So now the Zerg and the Protoss both go into like a defense, and they just have to live.
Fleur RB says Sean must have been 11.
Probably. Okay, we see 2 probes get sniped here, and these lings are gonna clean up the Terran. So the Protoss is in a really good position, but the Terran is going into a 5 rack with a factory. So he's definitely still in a
Eye
good.
for eye.
Thank you for the follow. He's definitely still in a good position to
Jay says yes.
take these guys out. Because again, look at your Zerg. The Zerg only has 6 drones. It's just a very all-in strategy going cannons and lings. But this guy is out. So if they manage to hold and defend, then as the game continues on, the Terran's gonna get in trouble. All right, so it looks like the Protoss is trying to defend his partner with cannons, and he took his
Jay
choke.
says bull.
He took his choke. So 4 gateways, massing zealots, and getting cannons up is definitely a good play. So who is that? Zeta. Zeta is definitely playing this right. He's dancing links around, just trying to distract the Terran. He's not really trying to attack or anything, but he's gonna act like he's gonna run by. He's gonna be like, "Oh, look over here," and hoping these cannons get up in time, which they do. So really nice by SX and Zeta there. We've got 2 cannons here too. He would need range to really be able to take this out, and I don't know if he has it. But as the tank comes into the play, cannons can only do so much. So he just needs to focus fire one of these guys. Here's our first 4 zealots. And the Zerg, like I said, he's really behind. He made a lot of lings. So his economy is not good. He's at 19 right now. And everybody else, like Feiner, is at 70. So he's got a decent army. Zeta took his zealots up here to the Terran's choke, hoping to catch the flow of units coming to the choke. The Protoss is adding on more cannons. He's throwing gateways just to take damage. The gateways there are just to be in the way, because if he doesn't control his units correctly, they're gonna not do what he needs them to do. They're gonna just sit here and attack these. He does move in some Marines to pick off some cannons. And he manages to get it. There's only 1 cannon left. 2 more cannons coming up. If he snipes this, the Zerg's definitely in trouble here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to end up in a 1 versus 1 situation, going from 2 versus 2. Because your Zerg player is just not going to have enough, and the Protoss is sitting here massing zealots, but again, he's just too small to really do much. Feiner's definitely playing this really well. No double. Notice that he hasn't doubled. And the reason why he chose to go into 2 more racks with the factory, and he's just pumping. So he chose to spend his money elsewhere instead of going for that double. We have a Citadel. Let's see if the Protoss goes into a Templar Archive. Because if he does, Feiner's already thinking about DTs. And he's getting going to go for a science vessel. It's a really nice surround with these Zealots. Protoss is doing a good job in the aspect of keeping the Terran army just being this and not more. So it's a nice engagement there. It's also giving the Zerg a little bit more time because the Terrans now having to focus his APM over here. It looks like the Terran's pushing. These Zealots should get cleaned up. He's picking off SCVs though. He chose to stack because of, you know, what was there, but he lost a decent amount. Are we gonna? He is making a science vessel here, and he is going into a Templar archive. So we're gonna see DTs out of Zeta. DTs can't fit out of this choke though, so he's gonna have to open his choke up. Ooh, Hydras. He ran around and is planning on. Nope, they're going to sandwich this attack. Really nice. Really, really nice. So the Zerg does manage to hold, man. Wow. It's insane. But here comes reinforcements by the Terran. More being added on by the Protoss. Now, as this continues, if the Zerg holds this next attack, and the game continues on, your Protoss is getting big. And, it's just going to flip. It's going to flip in their favor because it will end up where the Protoss can just 1v1 the Terran. You should swoop in and snipe the tank, which he does. Nice snipes. What do we got here? Bunkers. Bunkers going down, but SCVs are being picked off. A couple bunkers will make all the difference in this push. He tried to jump on this tank and snipe it. That was a really nice pullback. Really good micro by Zeta getting on top of those Marines. He didn't just move in there. He moved the Zealots into the Marines and then attacked where they were surrounded. We've got some DTs getting into the play now. That's a lot of medics.
Fleur RB says that's GG.
Yeah, I believe so too. The Terran's only 3 factory, 5 barracks. His minerals are relatively low. He does have a double, but your Zerg is getting big, and your Protoss has well enough to fight this. If he goes into Templar, I'd say the game is over. What's our mass? So Feiner, DUP.
Fleur RB says too much tech for him.
7 and 4. He didn't really get much. Nice little tank drop there. That, I mean, it managed to get him to get off his minerals. He did get a little bit, not enough that you'd really want to see, but he is hitting minerals. Science vessel to the Zerg's minerals for irradiate. That will help. The Zerg's already adding on like 8 more hatcheries. Here comes our final attack, I would say, out of the Terran. Protoss already has legs. The Protoss is at 165, 170 supply, and Terran's at 150. Lost that drop. That hurt. So really, in this aspect, right now, the Protoss can choose to hit the Terran and win the game. That would win the game. And it looks like he's going to do that. Like, I called it, and this is why I tell you guys always, always, always counter. Like, what's going to end up happening is you're going to wreck him because he's not going to have anything. He didn't really send too much. It was only like 12 Zealots. But imagine if it was his max army going. That would have been game over. It looks like he does have a lot of Zealots in the Zerg space. You got the Zerg with Hydras up here, Hydras down here, and he's trying to hit from multiple angles, and that's what you want. You want a big, like, crescent. And that's game. That's game. That's how you get the most output of damage, is hitting from multiple sides at the same time. Excellent game. Everybody did really well. It's just unfortunate it played out like that for Wilder. It looks like we're gonna get a re. I'll join the other way. Where's he at? There he is.
Fleur RB says me and Kelly v them we win.
Probably not. I don't think so. If I can 2 versus 3, you, Kelly, and Sean, 1 versus 3, you, Kelly, and Sean. I don't think so, Brandon. Oh, I'm
Fleur
sorry,
RB
buddy.
says you can't.
I have though, Brandon. I have though.
Fleur RB says can't even 1 version 2 Sean and I.
I was Terran versus 2 Protosses. It's not like I was Protoss and I was able to put on the smoke. Ooh, so Dingo is going to be playing this one. We'll see how good Zeta and SX do against Painter and Dingo. Dingo is Dawn. DRK Dawn. Alright, let me get to colors real quick. You have Feiner. In the top left is Protoss. He picked Protoss. You have his partner as Terran in the top right. Dawn, or Dingo. SCW people know him as Dingo. You have SX as Zerg. He is going 5-pull again. And he is going to be scouting Feiner right off the bat. And then you have Zeta as the Protoss, and he's going to be cannon rushing again. So right off the bat, I'm going to turn these off and show you. He's going to see them. So there's the Protoss. Protoss saw the Overlord. And the Protoss went for an early pylon. He just cut a probe there to get that second gateway going. I do that a lot in 2 vs 2 because of strategies like this. If I would say I'm calling it, Feiner should hold because of what he's doing. This is the correct strategy. You're getting Zealots out, and then the key is just to put 3 probes on the cannons that get made. So as soon as a cannon goes down, he's attacking it. He's on it, killing it. He's got 2 Zealots already coming, and the Lings aren't even there. Again, cannon goes down, he's on top of it. Cannon goes down, he's on top of it. Okay, your Zealots are popping out and the Lings are there. And that's the huge difference between doing those 2 gates, is normally the timing would be, but yeah, he's definitely got it. The timing would be only 1 gate, but because he cut that probe, he was able to get the 2 gate, which gave him 2 Zealots, and it would have been 6 Lings versus 2 Zealots, which is, that's right, you know? A little bit of miss micro there, almost lost the
RB
Zealot.
says Marine counter.
Yeah, then you got a Marine counter going on. The Terran tested the Zerg, their Sunkens. They did get 1 cannon up, and there was a miss micro there with the Zealots. The Zerg's doing a really good job on harassing and keeping the probes off the minerals. Like, that's a big thing whenever you're doing this link cannon rush, is to keep probes off minerals. It looks like they might be able to pull this off. This 1 cannon's going to be coming up. He needs to stack out, and he is. So he's going to stack attack. He's going to stack attack and engage with the Lings and cannons. No, he's running back. He's choosing not to. Your Terran is going to get aggressive with the Protoss, and they're trying to take him out. Now your blue Protoss player is trying to mine as much minerals as he can. The Terran is setting up a bunker on top of the red Protoss that's making the cannons to take him out. They need to take out this Nexus before he gets enough minerals to run. Because that's what he's doing right now. He's trying to save up enough minerals. He's at 200, so it's going to be close. He just spent more of his money. He's not planning on... Okay, so... the Terran's going range right now. He's wanting this bunker to shoot this, but it didn't work out.
Kelly Numba says I built sunken by my minerals and the drones quit mining. You ever have that happen? Fleur RB says why would he not save for a main? I am confused.
Oh, he did. He built it over here. That's where the money went. I just didn't see it on the map. Alright, so you've got a decent amount of Zealots here out of Feiner to help out with the Marines. So this Zerg is definitely in trouble here. These Marines need to get up here with these Zealots. Oh, okay. And they are. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. He's got 4 drones now. 3 now. And Feiner's calling out drones because he knows, because of the strategy he went, hitting the drones is going to be critical. It's going to hurt. Damage will be done. So this is a really good spot for Feiner. He is getting cannons up, plus your Terran player has enough to be aggressive and take map control. It looks like the Protoss is massing gateways over here, though, and that was, he did not dedicate too much money to cannons. So, like, in the aspect of how he spent his money, the Protoss is being really smart. Zerg's doing a good job on dancing around, keeping the Marines, you know, oh, I gotta defend my base instead of attacking out because there's a Zerg with 12 lings running around. Like, you don't want that running into your base when you have your mass out in the middle. So Zeta's already managed to get some cannons on his partner. So it looks like this game might go the distance. We'll see if they're able to hold Dingo, though. Because Dingo is different compared to the other guy. Notice, Feiner did not have a double last time. Dingo does. Dingo has a double. Dingo has 2 factory, not 1 factory. And Dingo has a lot more barracks compared to the other guy. So it looks like they're going to try to block the gateways in. Huge part of 2 versus 2 is just map control. So they're going to put up, unless he's planning on just taking it out. We'll see. It looks like he might just be attacking. Feiner's telling him to go attack this, attack the Zerg, but Dingo's choosing to attack the gateways, and that's what I'm getting out of. I cannot read Hispanic or Spanish.
Kelly Numba says Eagles are looking like they're going to make history long.
Are they?
Kelly Numba says 24-0.
Alright, so Feiner's going into a... That's crazy, 24-0.
Ibreezy says good Mahomes is so annoying.
Feiner's going into a double. Your Terran players adding on more barracks, going into a triple. This is very smart. I do the same thing. You always want to triple as soon as you can, but you want to be aggressive too in this situation. So Dingo's playing this really well. Your Protoss player doubled, and the reason why he chose to double is because he needs all the minerals on those zealots and everything, production, to fight this Terran. Your Zerg is getting big though, dude. The Zerg is getting big. So if the Zerg's given any more time, this is going to be very hard for the Terran player to contest. Okay, we've got 3 cannons here, 5 zealots, 1's damaged. I don't think those can do anything. The Terran is pushing the Protoss now. He did test that a little bit, realized he couldn't do anything, pulls back. Those tanks are destroying that cannon line right now. And the Terran's like really pumping to get an army. We've got 150 PSI compared to 61 PSI out of the Protoss and 57 out of the Zerg. It looks like the Terran might actually pull this off. It's all depending on his control of his army, dealing with this, the defense. He did lose about 20 PSI there, and Zerg is now massing Hydras. Really, really nice. Notice the fact that he chose not to go into a layer. He's using every little bit of his gas on Hydras, and he's doing everything he can to survive. We've got now 4 tanks. 2 of them are damaged, but getting repaired. We don't have Hydra speed yet, but I'm sure it's being upgraded. Where's our Protoss? Our Protoss went into drops. The blue Protoss is trying to come into the game. He has 2 gateways, 2 nexuses. Look at that Terran army. 172 supply. Marines are not the best, but he's still in that early mid-game to where they will do a lot of damage if you don't have the correct thing to deal with them. Okay, that's a lot of Hydras, but there's a lot more Marines there. He does have 1 upgrade too, and he just burns through the Zerg army. And it looks like the Terran's gonna pull it off. Where's our Protoss at? He's adding on more robotics to do a mass drop. Zerg's doing a really good job on trying to pick off this and that and stay alive. There are some gateways here. Let's see if he's got a Templar Archive. He does have a Templar Archive, so there might be DTs popping out, but he does have observers, so it looks like the Zerg is done for. So we are in a 2 versus 1 situation. Unless the Zerg can manage to run, your Protoss is definitely coming back, and the Terran is a force to be reckoned with. 181 PSI. Dingo did a really good job. He irradiated the drones. He did a really good job taking the Zerg out. So that's going to be it for, see if there's anything on the map. If we've got any drones anywhere. We do have a Reaver drop coming on the Protoss. He didn't manage to get anything with that. But we have five robotics here. Nice ledge by the Terran. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like this game's gonna be over. Even if that Reaver drop does damage, the Terran's about to push the Protoss. He does manage to get a drone out. So he ran his drones to his partner and ran 1 drone up. So really nice sneaky play. If you're ever in a bad spot, just hotkey your drones and run them to your partner. Alright, here comes the Reaver drop. We've got 3 shuttles here with Reavers. And he wants to go. Oh, he picked everything off. Ouch. That's game, dude. That is game. Good job by Dingo. He did really well. I think he was smart to take those gateways out, even though Feiner was trying to make cannons. Feiner needed to build another 2 or 3 nexuses and get his production going a lot quicker. He was out of the game like the entire game. Like, You're forced.
Sydney Carley says hi.
Hello, hello. You're forced to make
London
some
says
cannons.
hi.
You're forced to make some cannons, but you should never like make a whole bunch of stuff without getting your economy going. So, but definitely some good games. Feiner should have attacked those cannons too earlier, because he held the attack. The lane
London
cannon.
says you been on while?
For a little bit. Just for a little bit. Let's see if Dingo comes back.
Rondon says I just got home.
Nice. I'm casting 2 versus 2s. I'm going to cast one more and then I'll probably play after that. Alright, looks like Dingo is joining up. Alright. Let me see what we got going on here. So we've got Zeta as the Protoss, top middle. Going to do a really early pylon. Same for Feiner. Protoss, middle, right. We have Dingo as Protoss, bottom middle. And we have, unfortunately, SX for the 3rd time, Zerg. Now again, Dingo knows how to stop cannon rushing. So the first thing you want to do is put a probe on it. So you make something attack it, so their APM is focused on not losing that probe. Right? And then he's just trying to keep an eye on where the cannon's at. And as soon as a cannon goes down, you put 3 probes on it. And it's going to kill it. And then he's got 2 gateways to deal with it. Look, and another 3 on that cannon. He threw a battery down, which is huge. That is really huge. Because your Zealots, like right now, boom, he saved that Zealot. Boom, now that Zealot's, it's shut down, dude. Once you get so far in, though, you have to stack attack. So they're trying to hit from multiple angles and find little things that they can pick off. Which that was really nice of those lings. But all the cannons are dead. It's over. That's game. Now it's just like a ling rush. So 1 zealot versus 4 lings, couple probes, and it's RA being called. See. It's a really nice hold. Really nice hold. It looks like Feiner went 1 and was putting on pressure while that was going on, which is how you want to deal with it. Okay, one more game because that went really, really quick. Oh, what? Okay.
Fleur RB says want to 1 version 1 for 100 gifted.
Dude, I'll 1 versus 1 you if you want. If you want the smoke, if you feel like losing 100 gifted. Alright, so Zeta in the top left as Protoss, and Feiner in the top right as Protoss, Dingo in the bottom left as Protoss, and SX as Terran in bottom middle. So Protoss Terran versus Protoss Protoss. So both of your Protoss right off the bat, actually all 3 of the Protoss right off the bat, are going for that quick pylon into 1 gate. They're choosing not to go 4 gate, they're choosing to go 1 gate. The reason why pro players choose to do this is to get that early Zealot out, because a lot of good
Fleur
players...
RB says what's the score with these guys?
A lot of good players will choke off, they'll rush and get a choke off on you. And getting that early Zealot out helps out a lot. So the score right now, Dingo just joined in. Zeta and SX won the first game, and since Dingo started, Dingo and Feiner are 2-0 on them. But Feiner is like 2-1 with them right now. Alright. So Zeta went into a fast forge gateway to defend himself and then also get cannons at his partner. And really it's the correct play because they're Protoss. Dingo told him, let me see if that's Dingo. So I don't know what Dingo said, but Feiner chose to sacrifice his Zealot mass. Like he let the first Zealot come out to get a Nexus. He didn't pump after that first Zealot, and he threw a Nexus down. So what that does is automatically, like, I want to make the point because I pointed this out before to people that are trying to learn. He saw the Forge gateway. He knew there's not going to be any aggression out of the Protoss, and he saw that they were trying to choke the Terran. So automatically he knew, I don't need Zealots. I don't need to sit here and mass Zealots because there's a chance that they're just going to get cannons up, and all that money that I make is going to be wasted. So he chose, cut that, I'll make a Nexus, go economy, and he chose, I'll cut that, I'll go into gas and go tech. So you've got one person going drops, one person going economy. They're both playing it really well. The Protoss is trying to block off this Protoss, not knowing that he's going tech, which is brilliant because, like, the one guy that they need to be blocking off is this guy, because he's the one going mass. So they're playing it really well. A little bit of a microwave battle going on in the middle. Just dancing back and forth with the Marines. If those Marines engage with those Zealots, they'll end up losing. But he's getting little shots off. If you get a Zealot in here, that makes all the difference with the Marines, because those Zealots surround that one Zealot, and those Marines can just sit there and fire without having to worry about getting attacked. That's why you always want to put your Zealots in front. It makes all the difference. So we do have a double coming down from the Terran. Engineering Bay. The Protoss, they didn't waste too much cannons and money there. And he's going into a Nexus. But this double is really early. So Blue Protoss is going to have a lot more money than everybody else. If you look, his PSI is already starting to pull ahead of everybody. So we've got robotics, Templar Archive, and now he chooses to double. So he got his tech out first, spent his money, but it's 5 minutes into the game, now he chooses to go economy. And that's really like how you do it. Like, you want to get so far in, you don't want to all in and not double or triple, because it could cost you the game. And how Dingo's doing it, he got his robotics, he probably got the speed upgrade going. So we're getting a scout off. That's really all this is you're just running around, poking here or there, and just seeing what they got. The Red Protoss has a Citadel and is making his robotics. He went 2 shuttles. I was thinking maybe DTs because of the Templar Archive, but no, he's going into Storms. So he's going to load up all his Zealots and drop everything. Which is really good because the Terran is trying to defend the Protoss. And he doesn't have, you know, his whole army at home. So this is also a good thing to have Marines at your partner, in the aspect of if there's a drop coming in, he can help snipe it with the Marines. So you'll notice that they do that with Hydras and Marines. Alright, let's see where these drops are at. So he's dropping all the Zealots out of the base. They're planning on hitting the Protoss. And then he's also going to drop the Protoss too. So with the mass of this Protoss and some extra Zealots, that Protoss is about to get smacked. He might be cooked, dude, because you got 6 cannons. He's going to at least be able to pull a drop off. You got DTs coming into the play. The DTs are really going to help defend and help with the Terran. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves the DTs out here. Yeah, exactly. So the DTs are just a countermeasure. Here's your drop. They get this gateway. They're coming in. Oh, see with the Marines. He almost... Yeah, he sniped that, dude. That was beautiful. Beautiful play of SX. Sniping that freaking drop. That was nice. And nice control out of the Terran too. Because he didn't just A-move and lose all of his Marines there.
Fleur RB says he still got all.
He could have lost a lot more, bro. He could have lost a lot more. There was multiple Templars in there, and because of the damage that was done, it got sniped after it dropped one Templar. So it looks like the Protoss is trying to pick off some cannons, and he's also going for a drop on the Terran.
Fleur RB says I didn't see pull my B.
Terran pulled mostly everything. He lost 9 there. And now the drop is going for the Protoss. I promise you, there's more in these shuttles. And the point, I've seen this a lot out of pro gamers. They'll drop here, and then they'll take it and drop the other guy too. He snipes one of the shuttles. He sniped the right shuttle. That was nice. Dude, those 5 Marines have been doing damage on drops. That's nice. Alright, so Feiner is huge now. He's almost maxed. He should have upgrades too. He has 101. And somebody's going to get hit. Somebody is about to get mass attacked. And your dropper, I mean, he's keeping them off their minerals. So he hasn't really been able to hit too much. He did hit the Protoss. But again, he just made the Terran pull again, so it hurts the money. Protoss does have DTs. Really, all the Protoss has is the Terran army. He doesn't have much. But he does have his own drops. So if he manages to drop this Protoss, it's going to make all the difference. It looks like he's going to drop on the side of the Terran's base. That's a really good move. Take out the defense here, and then it's just a lot easier. One shuttle drops and all that. Our attack is going to the red Protoss as a drop is coming in. He snipes one of the shuttles, but it wasn't the correct one. He managed to get gas. No, he alled him. He alled him completely. So he got him there, he's got his gas, and then he just took everything out. So this one attack is going to be it. There's more dropping going on the Terran. DT should be able to hold this attack, but this Terran is getting abused. Again, he had a pull. He did lose a lot of SCVs there, but most of everything he needs is right here. We do have Valkyries coming into the play. He's only got Templar right now. And it looks like another drop is coming to the Protoss. I don't see any obs. So it was a fake drop. It was a fake drop and it made him run. So there's your first DT. So yeah, the DT should clean it up. And I've done that a lot. If you got the shuttles and you don't have whatever, just run them into the base anyways. Like they're gonna run and you're making them pull off their minerals. The Terran is getting aggressive here and pushing middle. But he has no defense on his side. And Feiner's broke. At this time, always throw down a triple. Like, especially if there's drops going on or you get dropped, throw down a triple or a quad so it's a lot easier for you to get your probes back. Here comes another drop out of red. He did get an observer, so red has lost his main. It didn't get cleaned up. And really nice. Alright, here comes a big drop out of the Protoss. Dingo, he's going to aim for the main and drop everything around it. This time, the Terran player does not run his SCVs and lost a huge amount there. Just lost another big portion. He's got maybe 20 SCVs left. But we've got another drop here going on. Let's see who he goes for. Another drop coming in. Oh, nope. Just made him pull. This should get sniped. Yeah. It did get sniped and he ran. If anybody's wondering, it takes 4 goons to 2-shot. That was 14. He got 14 there. It takes 4 goons to 2-shot a shuttle. So if you have 8 goons, you can 1-shot. That Terran is barreling down on this Protoss, but we've got a couple Templar, DTs, Goons, Zealots. He's huge.
Fleur RB says, what if you have 16 no shots?
Well, then you have no shot. Alright, so here comes the Terran. There's enough Templar here to shut everything down. Needs an EMP. Protoss just did a mass drop again. I'd say that's game there. You should see the GG come out. He cleaned up the attack and he lost his main.
Shiny Cardboardman says Red fighting for his life.
Yeah. Good game. Alright, so you wanna lose that 100 gifted? Brandon, is that what I heard? Is that what I heard? I'll get on my Reddit account with 88 wins and 6 losses, and I'll put it up. We can do this.
Fleur RB says, lol, no, my comp still not good.
Oh.
Boomerowski says, lol.
Oh, it's okay to be scared, Brandon. It's okay, I understand.
Rondon says, lol. Boomerowski says, dang, talking smack.
Oh, talking smack.
Fleur RB says, always.
Yeah, I know. Brandon never stops. I didn't even do anything to him. Alright, we got a game. If you guys like what you see, make sure you drop a follow.
Fleur RB says, oh, please, I got receipts of Discord you calling Sean and I out. Boomerowski says, sounds like the PC will remain broken, so no games happy.
Alright, so I'm going to do a very, this is a 1 versus 1 strategy, and It's old school.
Fleur RB says no, I want to play, haha, just can't.
I'm gonna do a triple 4-gate strategy. So basically, I do 8 pylon, and once the pylon finishes, I don't build anything. Now, there's people that do this differently, like doing a pylon nexus build. There's somebody that would, right now, put a forge down and then build a pylon after choke. And then you go gateway into like a cannon or two at your choke. And then you can go gas or you could triple. Typically you would go gas. I like to do a nexus into 4-gate. I build a pylon. There's my second pylon, and then I'll check chokes, because at this point they should be, even if they're not choking, they should be rallying their units to their choke, and they should have a scout on the map. And then I triple a nexus pylon. There he is. It's Terran. And then after this probe, I'll cut probes. I won't make a probe, and I go 4 zealots, right? And then since he's Terran, I'll go as soon as that pylon finishes, I'll go forge.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
And another 4 zealots. And I promise you, he's not gonna have enough production to fight me. And I just want to have a probe up here. I'll move the zealots across the map too. But as soon as that forge finishes, just throw down a cannon or 2. Really, 2 cannons is gonna be enough to defend. Any free Marines that you can
Rondon
get?
says what's wrong with computer, Brandon?
Any free Marines you can get, go for it. But yeah, from here it's just the game's over.
Rondon says mine so slow barely runs.
My life for ire. Your warriors have engaged the house.
Just gonna start picking off.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
But notice I only have one gas. I focused all my... He went for a drop. That's smart.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
I focused all my probes on minerals, right?
You must construct additional pylons. My life construct additional pylons.
And now I can just like do this whole side. My mineral production should be really good. Here comes the drop. 3 is enough.
Apexeach says sorry boys and girls, got 4K on the hang.
4K on the what? Oh, on the game? Okay, I'm gonna go DT, because I feel like
Apexeach says Super B.
Nice.
Investing Prime says Siege in Cannon Fire is good strat.
But he basically went an all-in, going mech and going for tank drop, and it didn't work.
So be it. Very well. He saw too. I long for combat. My life for ire.
Thank you for the follow. But I'm gonna go into a Templar Archive from here and just mass Zealot, and I'll win the game. He's going for another drop, going up and around. But again, 3 cannons is gonna be enough. He shouldn't be able to reach that yet. I didn't think so.
My life for ire have engaged the enemy. My life for ire. My path is set.
Investing Prime says he already dead and the macro hasn't even kicked in yet.
Yeah, he don't know. He don't know. Good game. He just said good game. I don't know what else he said. But he probably called me a cannon noob or something. I don't know. But the economy for that build, like, you get so far ahead of the other guy because you get a triple up and your minerals are just like dwarfing his. So in 1
Fleur
versus 1,
RB says he'd be right if he did winking face.
I don't know what you're talking about there, Brandon. You trying to talk more shit? Is that what you're doing? Is that what Brandon's doing? He's talking shit?
Apexeach says bro I need a good drop strat and a step-by-step how to prop temp storm.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll make it later. I have a couple
B3
different.
says you make it look so simple.
I got a couple different strategies for Protoss in the aspect of like drops. Like, there's a standard build that a lot of your pro 2 versus 2 players do, and it's a 2 gateway forge, and they just go into gas from there, and you can get like a 5:30 reaver drop, like 5-minute 30-second reaver drop doing that. Plus, you can make zealots and do harassment, a little bit of harassment, but you also want to defend yourself, so there's that. And then I do a strategy where I go Gateway Forge at my choke, but I put the Gateway Forge behind my pylon, so it's not at my choke, it's hidden. And then I put a cannon at the front, so they're seeing the cannon, early cannon in the early choke, but they're not seeing the one Gateway Forge, so it's not really giving away the aspect of a really fast drop, but it's, one of
Apexage
the
says, yeah
fastest.
man, I just need the proper way to hotkey and be effective Tive with the storm.
So there's 2 ways of doing it. You have your
Apexage says, never have had it down ode.
yeah. I'll make a game right now.
Rondon says it's about timming.
I'll make a game right now and do it versus a computer. I don't know if I would get a loss if I left this though, so I might have to.
Be Free says you can do.
All right, so I'm gonna show you the.
Be Free says next time use me. I'm a good tester.
All right, so it's very similar to a mid build. Imagine you're doing a mid build. You got 5.
Apexage says you'll make a loss account and make Urrek look amazing.
No, I'm all right. So 5, and then pylon at choke, and you just send the probe back to your minerals after you make the pylon. So 5, pylon at choke, and then 1 on minerals, and then go back to your choke. So this pylon's gonna finish when that probe gets there. See the timing? And you just, I put it back, but it's gateway.
Apexage says okay.
It's gateway forge. I cut a probe there to get the forge up, right? And then I just scout. I will be making a zealot, and I do early harassment with the zealot. So now you go into pylon and gas. This bad boy is going to come up and make 1 cannon.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
And as soon as you can, make 1 zealot. Alright. And then as soon as you get the money, make the core. Oh, fuck. The Zerg don't play.
My life for hire. Thus I serve. Your warriors have engaged the
Had another gas there. And once you find out what they are, so typically, like, versus versus a pro
Fleur
player.
RB says Riddick about lost to a CPU.
I didn't lose. So,
Apexich says that's why I always 3 cannon and 2 gate choke.
no, you want to, that was like a 5 pull. That was equivalent to like a 5 pull out of the computer. Like, you don't need to mass choke versus the cannon. Versus the one cannon is going to stop their scout, and then once you see what they are, then you can go from there on your next play. You could go into starport. You could make a starport robotics. If it's a Zerg, you could go double robotics. Double robotics is for a fast drop, because one of the robotics is going to be making...
Apexich says I get it, I'm just saying most actual PPL run by are 2VQ me then.
Okay, you're thinking about later in the game though, bro. Like, you're not actually thinking about, like, at that time...
Fleur RB says how many gas to go for double robotics?
Two gas.
Apexich says yeah, true.
So one cannon to start it off. You don't need to throw 2 or 3 cannons down right off the beginning. But as soon as you see that there's Terran, add another cannon to it, and you need about 3 or 4 to really be able to defend the Terran, right? But you could go into a Citadel in a Templar Archive versus Terran, or you could go into, you could have the fastest DTs in the game versus a Terran player, or you could have really fast Corsair versus Zerg.
Apexich says okay, that makes sense on timing and FA Tiver build play.
So yes, just one cannon in the beginning. Like, you're not going to see somebody like not get a Nexus down and get 5 cannons down at their choke first. You got to think about their timing on their barracks and what they're going to actually have when you have that one cannon. Can they take your choke? And the answer is going to be no. They're going to have to like stack attack your choke to be able to kill it. Now, as they build up to like 6, 7, 8 Marines, 8 Marines can do damage to a cannon and take the choke. So once it gets to that point, you're wanting another cannon morphing in, so it goes from there. But as the game continues, like typically I will scout. Like, my scout goes up, checks one base, comes back, builds that one cannon.
Apexich says yeah, that makes more sense.
That scout checks one base, comes back, builds one cannon, and then I typically scout chokes, and I'm looking for overlords, I'm looking for chokes, because that's usually what you see out of the players. You'll see the SCVs scouting, you'll see the overlord scouting, you'll catch a scout, and then okay, this is the matchup that I'm playing
Apexich
against.
says okay.
You don't have to say okay. I'm about to turn the thing off because it's kind of hard for me to explain and reply. But one cannon scout, and then you find what they are and you go off of that. If it's Zerg, be careful of not adding too many cannons to your choke, because you could get Ling rushed. That's a big possibility. I've had it happen. They see the one cannon, and they all in it. They go Lings. But in the aspect of going for a quick Reaver drop, this is what I do. But yeah. So core, you go pylon, gas. Then the scout makes the cannon, right? And scout chokes, scout around. Once that zealot pops out, this is a very key factor, guys. Very, very key factor. You want to do damage with the zealot. They see the zealot. They see harassment. Imagine you're playing as a Terran player. You're playing as a Zerg player. Here comes a zealot. You don't know that I'm going drops behind the zealot. You think harassment. You need to play it like that. Do not lose that zealot and run around the guy's base and be harass with it. Try to distract, and it's going to give you time. That's a big part of it. Here, let me resume this. So the reason why you do two robotics is because one makes the shuttle, and then this finishes early. So once that finishes, you can go into a Reaver behind it. Also, at this point, I double. Or I'll triple. You know, because I've got the amount that I need, the 200 for the Reaver. So now my Reaver's making, I've got a drop ship making, and then, you know, okay, I can add speed to it. Now I've got speed, shuttle speed going, I've got my Reaver coming out, and now I'm gonna triple. Because this is a perfect time to do it. And then, you know, from here, I would add cannons to my choke. Because, you know, the game's moving on, army-wise. The Zerg could be massing Hydras behind this, or whatever. But look at the timing. 4 minutes, 55 seconds. My Reaver's popping out. So it's a 5-minute drop for Reavers that I just showed you. And I've done this versus people. Like... That's it. Alright. I guess I should just win the game. But yeah, that's the drop. I'll make a video later about it.
Upgrade complete.
Also, if you're gonna go drops, always remember shuttle speed. Shuttle speed is a huge fucking part of it, dude. It's a huge part of it. Surprised that some can attack that. Definitely in range.
Apexsiege says nice.
That's game.
Billy
Here.
Duke says teach me.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem. I'll show you what they do in 2 vs 2. Now it typically only works if you're in a corner base for Protoss. Because your choke, it's a lot easier to take your choke or whatever. But you can do it in mid base too. And I'll show you.
Apexeach says I learn by having you talk about the play Yo plays in games, but also watching strats over and over.
So, another way you can do my build, or the other build, you put the probe on minerals, so you have 6 on minerals, but then once the probe's like halfway done, you pull one, and you send it to middle, right? So the timing is when that probe finishes, you'll be putting a pylon down the same timing as, you know, when the probe finished. And you just send it back to the minerals to mine. I'm gonna let this finish because I'm gonna show you the 2-gate forge. So here's another build. It's a 2-gate forge. So you just go gateway, gateway, and you can build your forge up on the line with your gateways, or you can put the forge in the back, and then you scout. And it's very similar to what I just showed you. The only difference is you're going to have zealot production behind the and always remember pylon gas if you're going to be going drops. But you can make cannons and zealots, right? That's the whole idea behind this. So you get your drops off, but you're also getting the zealots for harassment. And yeah, of course you can go another cannon, and you can get later, you know, a later core if you're wanting to. But I promise you, it's not necessarily needed. Like, you need the one cannon to snipe drops, and then as it goes on, like, you know, I put that core down, and I'll put a second gas down, put another cannon down. Or even right now, you know, I'm waiting. I could be
User
making
says interesting build, nice.
I could be making another cannon on top of this.
Apexeach says okay, that makes sense.
And just always get your
You require more Vespine gas.
and look, I don't have to go Nexus, you know. You want to play a more safe build, throw down a couple more cannons. It just, like, depending on what's going on, you know. Being that it's Terran, I would be Citadel.
Says be a lot cooler if you did.
Being that it is Terran,
Apexeach says I kinda stall if the actions isn't steady.
being that it is Terran, I would be like Citadel right off the bat when I saw the Terran, and I would be going DT with this build. Plus, you could like sit here and run around with the Zealots. I didn't do that because I'm just trying to show you the build. And this one's different. Like, my money got spent on my cannons, but if you remember last time, I had a Nexus already. You just want to make sure the timing's right. Where are we at? We're at 440. It's going to be like a 520 drop for Reaver. But still, that's a good
User
timing.
says, why don't you increase your psych? You could have barracks proxy at 6.
I'm showing him drop strategy. That's all I'm doing. It's versus a computer. It's not versus somebody. So 520. Yeah.
User says, oh, gotcha.
So that's it. The 2 gateway forge.
Apexige says, where do we download the launcher at also?
I don't know. I've never had a launcher before.
Apexige says, shows your arm and mo-iters your outputs.
I've seen the Koreans have a launcher, but I don't have a launcher. But yeah, that's it, guys. Pretty simple. But like I said, always try to get that
Apexige says, nice man, thanks.
always try to get that speed. Speed makes all the difference.
Fleur RB says, this a computer again.
Yeah, I was showing them a drop strategy. Brandon, you want to join in 1 vs 1 me? Oh, that's another computer again. Another computer again.
Fleur RB says, I was just confused why they weren't leaving lol.
It's over. I'll make videos for it so you guys can watch. Alright. And then you can also go pylon at 8 and gas. And like people will go into goons, but you don't necessarily have to do that. You could go into like a 3 gate drop strategy. Like instead of spending the gas on the goons, make the citadel and then just go into a robotics with zealots, zealot and harassment. Or if it's Zerg, you can go Corsair. That's a good one. But alright, guys, I think I'm gonna call it quits. It's getting late. I'm tired. If you're not following, make sure you drop a follow. If we do lose TikTok, you can catch me on the purple site, Twitch. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I am affiliate over there now, so you can subscribe. I'm also on YouTube. But I'm gonna get off here. You guys have a good night.